Right about now, we are, in the political updates. In the political updates, where we give you recent happenings as regards politics. But today is not strictly party affairs. We want to look at a recent development yesterday, where the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, he advocated for the introduction of
Long.
a new law compelling government officials to use Nigerian-owned airlines for international travel whenever possible. Kiyamo made the proposal on Sunday during a special event held at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, Nigeria's capital, marking Air Peace inaugural direct flight from Abuja to London Heathrow Airport. The ceremony, according to the report, was attended by notable figures including Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives Benjamin Kalu and Air Peace Chairman Allen Onyema. During his address, Kiyamo revealed plans for the federal government to introduce a legislative framework titled Fly Nigerian Act. According to Kiyamo, we are going to bring the bill to on the Fly Nigerian Air to him, which is Benjamin. He will pass it. The minister explained that the law would require all government officials traveling abroad to first check for available Nigerian carriers on their intended routes and patronize them as a first option. Fly Nigeria. The Fly Nigerian Air is to mandate every government official traveling abroad to patronize our local airlines if they are flying that route first, except there is no local airline flying that route, he said. He added, Kiyamo emphasized that this initiative aligns with international best practices, citing examples of similar policies in other countries that give preference to domestic airlines. We have the Fly American Act. I think we have the Fly Indian Act. We have these laws all over the world, but we have not implemented them. There is a Fly American Act. Go and look at it, but we don't have the Fly Nigerian Act. We want to bring it here, according to says Kiyamo. Providing further clarity, the minister outlined how the policy would function once enacted. He said, if a government official, member of the House of Representatives, member of the Senate, minister, DG, or government official is flying to any part of the world, the first question you ask them is there a Nigerian airline flying that route? You must buy that airline ticket first, except that they are not flying that route. That is the Fly Nigerian Act that we want to do. He reaffirmed his ministry's dedication to ensuring that the proposed law is presented, debated, and passed by the National Assembly, adding that the initiative would strengthen the competitiveness and the sustainability of Nigeria's aviation sector. Now, that is what we have for you this morning on the political update. We want to take a look at, we want to help our listeners to explain, to expatiate further, what would this bring to Nigerians? What economic benefits does this have as regards the Fly Nigerian Act? But before we go, we want to let's see if we can reach out to Mr. Afolabi, our in-house public affairs analyst. Let me see. Let us give him a call. Where is his number? Okay. I don't know if Mr. Afolabi is listening to us at the moment. Let's see if his phone is ringing. It's off air. Let's see. Let me call him on.
Okay, listeners, as we go ahead to call our in-house, as we go ahead to call our in-house, don't forget to follow us on our social media handle, Instagram at Overt News, Facebook at Overt News, X at Overt News, and TikTok at Overt News TV, YouTube at Overt Radio. And if you're just joining us, Don't forget to drop comments if you want to engage on this. 07087233116. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Falabi.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How is the traffic going on Monday?
The traffic right now at Oshodi, anything from Olade down to Oshodi is blocked.
Okay.
The last man are on the gear. They are doing what they need to do. With the last man on the road, everything is settled.
Okay. All right. All right. We have something that would want you to help us solve this morning, sir.
Okay, I'm listening.
All right. Yesterday, Nigeria's Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo,
Okay.
advocated for the introduction of a new law compelling government officials to use Nigerian-owned airlines for international travel whenever possible. Sir, what do you make of this new development, sir?
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning once again.
Good morning, sir.
I want to tell you that is the global standard.
Okay.
That is the global standard. If you look at all this Western world, anything from UK, United Nations, United States, let me say United Kingdom,
Yes.
England, America, Asia, they take priority of their own investment before any other one.
Okay.
If you are a Britain, you want to travel, you would rather use British Caledonia, Lufthansa, or which other one?
British Airways. Yes.
If you are in America, you must use Virgin.
Okay.
Look at the Dubai, they will use United Arab Emirates. People from Qatar, they will fly Qatar Airways.
Qatar Airways, Turkish Airlines.
So, and there is this saying that charity begins at home. We need to start patronizing our own.
Okay.
Even to the automobile. Because this thing is in a way to promote Nigerian industry. And doing that, it is going to, create job for our aviation industry. Two, we're going to have retainership of the foreign currency. Okay. Instead of us, when you want to fly, let me say, Qatar Airways, British Caledonia, Virgin Atlantic, the money is going to their country.
Yes.
But if you fly any of our domestic airline, the money stays in this country, and as a result, it grows our economy. So I think it is the right way in the right direction, and in a way, it solidifies our aviation industry in the committee of the global aviation industry in the world.
Okay, sir. We know this will really help our country. Well, it will help us. But will sir, even if this act is passed, will it be enforced on both the political appointees, the lawmakers, and the civil servants?
It is an act that must be passed, and once it is passed, any hearing officer, he mentioned it from president, vice president,
governors, ministers,
DGs, director generals from all our parastatals and agencies, all the senators, both in upper and lower chamber, senator and house of rep, everybody. We must do, if you are a leader, you must champion something.
Yes.
And for Keyamo to say such, Keyamo is going to follow it to the latter. This thing is tailored to our development, and that is what is obtainable worldwide in the world. You cannot see any Chinese man coming to Nigeria now. They would rather fly the flights from their country because of the retainership. We are talking about a economy. We want to grow this economy. So this thing, once it is what the act is passed, it must be enforced. And any officer, any officer that hears must be punished. They must have as a deterrent. And another thing is, to me, I don't want it to just remain on our aviation industry alone. It can snowball into our automobile industry too. We have innocent, we have not. All those people, they are producing vehicles in Nigeria. We should start patronizing them so that we are championing, clamoring, buy Nigeria, use Nigeria. We have to start, and it has to start from our head. to we the citizens.
All right, sir. Sir, quickly before you go, you know, in Nigeria there are also private airline operators. There are also
Yes.
private airline operators like ANAP, a Nigerian airline operator, private airline operator. How would this initiative, marry both the commercial airlines like we have, like the Air Peace and other, commercial airlines? How would this match, the two airline operators in the country, the chartered flights and that of the commercial flight, operators, sir?
If I get you right, does ANAP travel out of the country
Okay.
or they operate domestically?
I don't know. I think domestically. I don't know.
Now, if it is domestically,
Yes.
it depends on the aircraft that is apportioned to your route.
Okay.
Or even in international route too. If you do not have local aircraft that can go to that international route, that means you can fly any other one that is there.
Okay.
But as long as there is a local flight that is giving that corridor to
License.
fly that corridor,
Yes.
you must use that local flight. But in the area of domestic flights within Nigeria, Abuja to Lagos, Lagos to Ibadan, all this one,
Yes.
it is now your choice. And anyone, if you get there, and it depends on prices. Every one of these people, they have their PR and the way they do marketing.
Yes.
If you want to fly Airpeace now, Airpeace can say Lagos to Abuja is 320.
Okay.
And ANAP say his own is 280. So you now look at your cost and look at the convenience, look at the service. All these things, it is the service of the aircraft that will determine who is who that is going with them. And to cover it all,
Yes.
the act does not cover our local corridor.
Okay.
I think it's an international corridor. If you are
International
flying from
corridor.
Nigeria to any part of the world.
Okay.
But locally, every one of them, the foreigners, they came to Nigeria to make money. So it is their services that will depend on which one you want to follow. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. We appreciate.
You are very welcome.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
All right, Lagos, you've heard it all from our in-house analyst, Mr. Afolabi, giving us his opinion as regards the newly proposed bill from Minister of Aerospace and Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, who is proposing who is mandating, advocating for the introduction of a new law compelling government officials to use Nigerian-owned airlines for international travel whenever possible. According to Mr. Afolabi, public affairs analyst, he said that this is a welcome development, that it will boost the aviation sector. It will also add to Nigeria's economy. According to him, it says it retains ownership. That means it retains ownership. It makes you to own what you have. Okay, he said that a question was put to him: would this act be enacted? He said yes, that the act will be enforced. Will this act be enforced? Rather, he said yes, that the act will be enforced because this is coming directly from the federal government, and also any new move from the federal government, it must be endorsed. It must have been endorsed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, by the president. So he also said that it will improve our economy. Instead of monies being budgeted for foreign trips, and politicians will go to patronize foreign airlines,
yes,
which is not good at all for Nigerian economy. Instead of giving out money to foreign airline operators, why not bring back that money to our commercial airline operators like the Air Peace, like other airline operators. So he said it is a move that will boost Nigeria's economy. And also Mr. Afolabi said that this initiative should not only be within the aviation sector, but it should cut across other sectors, particularly the automobile sector. He's suggesting that this law, the federal government should also come out with initiatives that will encourage government officials to use Nigerian-made automobiles, like that of the Innocent vehicles and other local vehicle manufacturers in the country. So I think that's a good point there for Mr. Afolabi. So we're gonna be looking at critical areas why this bill, this move from Mr. Festus Keyamo is necessary. Why this move is necessary? According to some of our findings here, the federal government, because it is better to know why the federal government is doing this. It is better to know what is involved, the monetary aspect of it. The federal government of Nigeria's spending on foreign trips varies, but in late 2024, 56 agencies budgeted 75 billion for travel in 2024. 75 billion for travels in 2024, and one analysis showed that president and his entourage spent 3.4 billion in 6 months, that is late 2023 to early 2024, while the first lady's foreign trips alone cost approximately 701 million naira in 3 months, late 2023 and early 2024. So Ibukun, you could see how much is being put in foreign trips.
If those trips are booked,
yeah,
are booked on Nigerian airlines,
you could see the amount of profits. You could see the amount of profits, local airlines will be making, because we have been the ones we've been clamoring for cut government spending.
Yes.
So if 75 billion, goes into our local airline operators, we will see that there's going to be a huge improvement in our local airline operators.
Sure.
There's going to be a huge improvement. Okay, instead of giving out that money, 75 billion to foreign airline operators, it is also an opportunity for these local airlines to up their games, to improve on their services,
to maintain their aircraft,
to acquire more fleets, more airline, more aircraft, to expand their international
this
routes.
could also boost foreign exchange savings.
Exactly, yeah. Foreign exchange,
Yes.
exactly, foreign exchange. Also, agency travel budgets, we are still going on. Agency travel budgets for 2024, a total of 75 billion. Yeah, okay. The presidential travel, late 2023 and early 2012 and early 2024, President Tinubu's trips and related expenses costs 3.4 billion over a 6-month period. Imagine if 3.4 billion, if our local airlines have this money in their pocket, it's going to do a whole lot of good, a whole lot of good for them. Also, ministerial and agency travel between July to September 2024, 1.8 billion was spent on duty tour allowance, which is DTAS, duty tour allowance, ESTA codes, and air ticket by ministers and agencies in less than 3 months. So between July to September last year, 1.8 billion was spent on duty tours for ministers and agency travel. And also we also move on, and also spending spikes. According to reports, significant spending was observed in specific period, such as the over 1.8 billion spent by ministers on travel between July and September 2024. Travel bans, it's to curb expenses. President Tinubu placed a 3-month ban on public. Okay, all right, that is that. I mean, so it is a welcome development from Festus Keyamo, because he knows his onions. That is why he was appointed of Minister of Aerospace and Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development. So we want to go for a quick break. When we return, we'll be looking to other airlines that will be benefiting from this initiative that will be benefiting from this proposal made by Festus Keyamo.